I know.
The taint. How do you fuck up the taint?
We do podcasts by nature, it's in our blood. Steady posting the magic and spreading love. 4 guys on the pod every week.
hoping that would
My
happen.
Twitch feed for the fans, what a treat. Find us on the internet with all the pods. Stacking up downloads so we become demigods. There ain't no limit to our peak. Fortune and fame is all we ever seek. Everyone listen to a new low today. Everyone listen to a new low today.
And boy, do I have a drink today to get you right to the taint. Not great for a cold day, but are there any hot drinks really? I mean, there's only a handful.
The hot toddy.
Only a handful. Hit it.
It's got hot in the name.
Got hot in the name.
Drinks with Joe. Still trying to find a rhythm to making these drinks live on the air. So you're gonna have 2 shots today. I'm making the Cosmopolitan.
There you go.
Cosmo.
A drink made famous by Sex in the City.
Made famous by listener and Discord user Cosmo.
Oh,
Big Smo.
Different reason. That's after her. She's Big Smo. Her old cat was
Big
Little
Smeezy.
So.
True. There's the cat. Little Smo.
So
R.I.P.
2 shots of vodka. Again, I'm using Tito's, made straight here in the U.S. of A. in Austin, Texas. Then you're gonna have a half a shot of lime. Sorry.
Have a shot or half an ounce?
Half an ounce.
There you go.
Half a shot. Half a shot.
Shot's an ounce and a half.
Oh, is it?
No.
Oh.
Yes, it is.
Is it? Thought a shot was an ounce. So
I had to make sure people weren't putting too much lime in their Cosmos.
All right, 2 ounces of vodka, half an ounce of lime, half an ounce of Cointreau. So
Cointreau.
liqueur.
Coin trio.
And then you got a full ounce of cranberry juice.
Looks like that's all you have left.
Phase of the cranberry.
It might be it.
All I have left.
This is it. This is the end of the series because he's getting low on cranberries. Triple sec. You could use any triple sec. Joe's being
you
fancy.
can use any orange liqueur.
With the Cointreau.
Cointreau.
I didn't know there was any orange liqueur
Cointreau.
in a Cosmo. Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
It's just a pink drink. That's all I know.
Get that all in your tin, as Kyle likes to make fun of me for calling my shaker. Get it all in your shaker.
Pour it in your tin.
Shake it up.
Sounds English. Oi.
Wow, you need to. Why can't we hear
Shake your tin. He's going off.
He doesn't have his.
Yeah, sorry.
That's why I had put
can't
the
hear the
original sound on. I couldn't
I
hear
was
it.
gonna shake, but then I took it off because it was only in one ear.
Shaking ice, one of the original sounds.
Pour it in the cup.
Here it comes. We got a good pour audio there.
Yep.
Pour came through. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the shaking.
Because Joe's poor.
It come through in the recording, and you got a nice pink.
Nice.
There it is.
It's very cloudy.
A little cloudy.
Are they supposed to be clear?
Don't know where it's coming from. Maybe because my
Lime
juice maybe a little.
Yeah, lime juice.
Little, squeezed it like a day ago. Lime
Figure
juice
'cause
goes
of the
bad fast, allegedly.
The shaking, I would think, puts a lot of bubbles in it.
Shaking also, big bubble.
Look at job,
Probably
Joe.
should have let it rest for a little bit
Big
and then
bubble.
pour.
Big bubble.
Plus the ice. Some of the ice was melted probably because I put it in the tin a little early. But hey, you know.
What how's it taste? How do you like it? You're a
like it
big
a lot.
sweet drink guy, yeah.
It's actually so the recipe that I use actually calls for 1.5 ounces of vodka. I put 2 ounces to bring some of the vodka flavor out a little more. So it's not as sweet. The Cointreau, instead of using the Cointreau instead of the triple sec, the triple sec is more sweeter. The Cointreau is a little drier and a little more tart. So that with the lime gives it more of a tart taste. But it's good. Still like it.
I thought, and I'll say Cointreau. I thought Cointreau was just a type of triple sec. You're saying they're different,
No, yeah, it is different.
like a
It has
brand
a drier profile.
Oh, well, I apologize.
Yeah. Well, that has been Drinks with Joe, and that has been the end of the vodka cranberry saga, at least for the time being, until I find more.
The series is ended.
Nice.
So next week I will be off of vodka, and yeah, there you go.
But not off of booze.
Not off of booze. No. Excuse me.
Interesting.
Right on.
Until we find some booze news.
Well, you answered if there will be more vodka cocktails, but I have a different question.
I got a question.
What's your guys' favorite nut?
Do
Do you like nuts? You nut snackers?
nut sackers? What?
Snackers.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Snackers.
Sure. I
love a nut.
I love cashew.
Yes.
Pecan.
Yeah.
There's not really any I don't
Say
like.
pecan or pecan.
Walnut is my least favorite, but it's bitter.
Walnuts. Oh man, I like walnuts. I like the
I don't
texture.
think I've had just a walnut on its own.
They're big. There's this mix. Giant is my grocery store of choice. There's this big tub of like trail mix stuff. It has like dried cranberries, bunch of different nuts in it. It's my favorite right now. My favorite mix of nuts. But I would definitely, and it has big walnuts in it. They're like the wrinkly looking kind. I don't know if you've ever seen
I
one,
know what
Joe.
they look like. I've just never held it in my hand.
I would say try it out. I like the ones that are kind of like softer, I would say, than like a crunchy.
I like the ones you have at like 2 a.m.
2 a.m. nuts? Those are your favorite nuts? Okay. But I'm with Greg. Cashew's probably my favorite.
10 p.m. I mean, really any time of the day.
Sometimes in the afternoon. Sometimes in the afternoon.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
Morning nuts.
Some people like morning nuts. I'm not big on morning nuts, but sometimes you have to make that sacrifice.
All right,
I have to brush my teeth first.
We need to, yeah.
But
I have to brush my teeth first.
What was I gonna say? Big pistachio guy. Big almond. Like almond, like a pistachio.
Huge.
Oh, pistachios are amazing.
Trader Joe's. Speaking of Joe,
I will not miss the opportunity to tell folks, Bluebell pistachio almond ice cream. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, Bluebell does it right.
They certainly do. You were gonna say something now?
Blue Diamond almonds. Flavored almonds, very good.
Blue Diamond Phillips.
I just discovered Blue Diamond Phillips makes his own almonds. So they have all the different flavors. Like sometimes they're like spicy ones or like sweet barbecue. Elote street corn flavor.
Wow. Yeah.
So good. It's so fucking good. I was like, I will eat this whole thing now. I have to put it away. It's insane. It like tastes like corn, but it's an almond.
That is witchcraft. I'm just gonna say
it was some sort of sorcery. I don't know what they did.
Some type of warlockdom.
But it's like the same spices, I guess they use in it. Not inflicts it.
But then, how do you make it taste like corn?
I don't know. It's like the corn aftertaste, like fresh
right?
corn on the cob taste was like in my mouth. It was so weird. It might just be like invoked. It was what I was trying to say. It might just invoke that like sense memory or something. But it was there, man. It was crazy. But Trader Joe's, the place I've mentioned way too often, their nut selection is insane.
I would say since the last time we brought up Trader Joe, I discovered a new Trader Joe and parking lot atrocious.
I told you, man.
Yeah,
it's part of their business model.
The one nearest me,
parking lot on earth.
The one I just found out existed a few weeks ago. Luckily, it's in a shopping center, and it's all by itself. It has its own. I mean, the lot is nice.
Oh,
It's the
really?
first one I've ever seen with the nice parking lot.
Yeah.
Oh no, this one was up by my lady, and like we were driving, and I was like, let me just Google
Didn't miss that.
nearest Trader Joe. Let me just Google the nearest Trader Joe because I want some wine. $2 chuck, even though it's not $2 anymore. And there was
Wish.
one nearby, so I made the left, made a right, made another right. One lucky night with the homies. Pulled in, and I was like, I was like, damn, every time
It's a
terrible
fucking nightmare.
parking lot. I was like, there was a Staples next to it. There was another store randomly in the pocket of the between those two, and it was just mayhem.
Mayhem, indeed.
That's their thing, man.
Well, we got a question from Down Under.
I got a question.
From Canuck.
Let's see what insane nonsense he has for us today.
Here's my question, if you want to play it. They have the expression, never meet your heroes. What heroes have you met in your life which actually has been disappointing and you're glad you wish you didn't meet them in the first place? Okay, the end of my question.
Mike Carano.
Hey now.
I get it. Have you guys met any?
But do you?
I haven't met a lot of quote unquote heroes. I don't have a lot of heroes, so to speak. Celebrities that I really like. I haven't even met many of them. Waited on Patrick Waugh at a golf shop one time. That was cool. I didn't meet him, but ran across him.
Patrick Roy.
Yeah, I've ran into people who are of note, but they weren't necessarily my heroes. Like I met Gary Payton one time.
Right.
Cool. Had like a 5-10 minute conversation with him. Met Jay Will before as well. Cool. Like, yeah, met a few rappers. But not
I met
anybody.
Headphone Joe once.
Looked in the mirror, met Headphone Joe. Haven't met.
Oh, Scott finally piped in. Jesus.
Yeah, geez, where have you been all day, man?
Lord.
Got everybody doing the heavy lifting. But yeah, none of my quote unquote heroes or actors or anything like that. So yeah.
Have any of them been like a bad experience though, or just like
actually,
is it all business stuff or?
To some degree, I'll take it back a little bit. Not a hero, but me and Kyle were in New York. We were hanging out with Brennan Tassif. And I met Full Charge, and Full Charge is one of the first podcasters I had listened to. So that was cool. It was a cool exchange, cool experience. Not a hero of Eddie's.
Best part for me,
it was pretty dope.
I had no idea who he was, so I just treated him like a normal dude.
Like a normal guy.
Well, he is a
Like, oh,
normal
this guy's
guy.
fun.
That's what I've discovered from listening to
Yeah.
Brennan's new podcast with him is, yeah, he's been around a long time, done some big shows, knows some famous people, but he's really down to earth and he's been really good to Brendan, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
he's
most
just-
of the people I could say I've met are just like podcast famous, like at most. So they're not heroes. They're people I listen to and like. But there's one time at a Flyers playoff game. We got there kind of late and we got pretty good seats. They were like not club seats, but they were like the next level down or whatever, like mezzanine or something. And
We
I
all
could
know
hear
what
the
mezzanine-
anthem.
Kyle, for Greg,
What?
Greg is not too familiar with what mezzanine means. What is mezzanine?
He's not?
He's
Oh.
not.
Well, you got the lower bowl.
Joe knows what it means.
Yes,
He just-
for Greg's benefit.
he was doing it for my.
It's for Greg.
Yeah.
Greg, who's never seen a hockey game. You got the lower bowl, which is like the first, 20, 30 rows. Then you got the upper level. Mezzanine's the level in between.
Oh, so like
It's
the
like that
200s.
ring. It's that ring around the top, or the ring around the middle, where there's like club boxes or like
Oh,
suites.
Yeah.
I think we were in what's technically called the
It's
club
one
box.
that's
So it wasn't like a
always
suite.
suspended, basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like above the lower level, below the upper level.
Got it.
So
Greg thanks you.
Yeah. Thank you.
I could hear the anthem. So I know the game's about to start. So I'm like, I got to get to my seat. So I'm coming through. I'm squeezing past this guy in a suit. First tip off. So I'm trying to get by. I probably should have waited. Maybe I was drunk. I don't know.
This is gonna
And
be
this
like late
other
notice
guy's
for
like,
somebody, right?
you know that Schultze you're pushing past, right?
Oh, okay.
So Dave Schultz is the original like Flyers enforcer from the 70s like cup teams.
Broad Street Bullies days.
Yeah, the Broad Street Bullies, if you will. So I'm like, oh, I know he's old, but he could probably knock me out right now. So
Yeah.
like, oh,
And
sorry.
Get out of the fucking way,
And
bro.
I'm like, I just like wait. Yeah, I was being a fucking dumbass little 20-something-year-old asshole, but I was like, oh yeah, I should probably just chill out and go to my seat later.
Act like
But
you
But it
did
wasn't
that
even him
before.
saying it. It was like someone with him. Yeah, like someone
really?
with him. Was
One of his
saying it, and I
entourage was
yep,
telling you who
yep,
he was?
You're right. Yeah,
That's pretty funny.
it wasn't even him.
Oh, it wasn't.
It was someone else.
I
was
thought it was
like-
one of your friends that said, "Hey."
No,
man,
it was
you
like
might
someone like in his
Oh,
entourage.
that's
even
yeah,
worse.
if you will. Yeah.
That's even
He's like,
worse.
you know, that's Schultze. You're trying to push past.
wanna- worst
I'm like,
hype man
whoops.
ever.
That's funny.
Probably.
Again, not a hero. I just remembered one. Not a hero per se, but somebody who I admired. Kyle just triggered it with the sports reference. Met Chris Paul. Did I ever tell you guys my Chris Paul story? Did I mention this on the show?
Not that I recall.
You may have mentioned it
So,
off the show, but
Chris Paul is Chris Paul is a part owner of the company I work for, and he came in. The Suns last year were playing Dallas, and he came to the office. Sat down with us, chilled with us for like 30, 40 minutes, just like talking, whatnot. And one of my coworkers, we had an office dog. She had a dog. Dog's named Toby. He asked about the dog. He told us a story about how he didn't like dogs, and then he got his daughter a dog, and then he started to understand like people's relationship with dogs and everything. And it was a cool little story. So we had tickets to that game that night. After the game, his rep, who was with him earlier, was like, "Hey," he said he wants you guys to come down close to the court.
floor.
You could talk to him before he gets on the bus.
Nice.
So we go down. We're waiting. He comes out, talks to us for like another 10, 15 minutes. And then he looks at the girl with the office dog and he says, "Hey, where's Toby?" And right then I was like, okay, either he's an evil genius or this guy's just the most sincere person in the world because he remembered the dog's name. He could have just said, "Hey, where's your dog?" He remembered the dog's name. And I was kind of taken aback right there. I was like, hey, anybody says something bad about Chris Paul, I have this story in my back pocket.
It was the
Well,
same.
the problem
day.
is he wasn't looking
It
for the
was the same
dog.
day.
He
It
was
was the
looking for
same
you.
day.
He was looking for you because he thought your name was Toby.
Like, where's your dog?
Correct?
Where's Toby?
But
I mean, that's cool. I mean, just
he
like,
played a whole game, played an entire
Yeah.
basketball game.
but I was saying like the amount of people he probably meets and has to talk to,
yeah,
and like still remembers. Hey, where's Toby?
Well, I mean, this
yeah.
is
It was
probably
so
a little
like
more
it was
important
just out of
since
the blue.
his future livelihood could come from this kind of stuff.
This company, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a gregarious move.
I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
look, I mean, either that's one of those things that like
Gregolicious.
celebrities, like remember one thing from earlier to recall,
Right.
type of
Yeah,
thing.
like it's like a like a
like a
how to meet friends and influence people.
Yeah,
Is that
exactly.
what the
So
one of
I
those
was
tricks.
like, that either way, I found it interesting. I found it cool, and I was like, hey, I mean, if anything, he has an attention to detail. So
Exactly.
I was like, it's pretty dope. So yeah,
That is cool.
good question,
Nice.
Canute.
Thanks, Canut.
I over the weekend, for the last 2 weeks, I've been living in Georgia, my second home. But last Saturday morning, we got up early. We drove to Tennessee to do a nice tour of the Jack Daniel's distillery. That's going to be coming up later in the show. But later that evening, we were staying in a town about 15 miles away from Lynchburg, and it was pouring rain, and there was a Ruby Tuesday across the parking lot from the hotel. So we put on our rain jackets, braved the pouring rain, walked into the Ruby Tuesday. There was a couple people sitting by the host stand, and we took a look around. There were about 5 tables filled and about 27 empty tables, and they said it'd be like a 20-minute wait. He said, "Well, this is interesting right now. Let's just go to the bar, and we'll give him our name. We'll go to the bar." And so we went to the bar. We had first of all we ordered a bucket. They had buckets of Miller Lite, Coors Light for whatever, 4 beers for whatever
Buckets
the
of
price
vodka.
was. We asked if they could combine and do 2 Miller Lite, 2 Coors Light, and he was like, "No, we have to do all of one because the way we enter it into the computer, it's bucket of Coors Light or bucket of Miller Lite."
Oh, oh, I see.
That was that kind of good.
Can't fuck up the inventory.
Yeah.
2 bottles.
So the ladies were drinking the beer, and then me and my buddy, he ordered a Tanqueray and tonic, and I ordered Makers on the Rocks. And the reason we ordered these drinks and didn't get beers is because we had been to Jack Daniels that day and bought a bunch of whiskey, and in the hotel room all they had were paper cups, and we poured some whiskey in there right when we got back from Jack Daniels, and it pretty much ate through those paper cups. And it was
You're
like,
not good.
yeah, we need to. So we decided we'd steal some
Paper
tumblers.
cups. You don't see paper
I
cups. In a
know.
hotel
And we went to
though.
the front desk. You guys have
No,
anything
plastic
plastic?
cups.
Do you have anything cups from the continental breakfast? Like, no, all they have was paper cups. So we decided we'd steal some cups, some
I
glasses
think
from
Tennessee not
Ruby Tuesday.
environmentally friendly.
Continental breakfast.
So we had our tumblers, our rocks glasses for our 2 drinks. And about 20 minutes later, we hear the call for our name. We turn around, and the host, gentleman, looks at us and says, so there were only 2 stools at the bar. So a couple of us sat down. The other 2 were standing around. The host said, "Oh, I've never seen anybody stand up to drink. Or drink standing up." He said, "I've never seen anybody drink standing up."
What?
And we're like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Well, I've only seen people like sitting on
What
like,
a weird
in a chair."
So weird.
No, but then he said, "I've only seen people like sitting in a chair or on the floor." And we were like, "What?
What?
What are you talking about?" And then he proceeded to give us his life story. He moved to Tennessee
Who's this odd
from.
human being you
Oh
encountered?
no.
I don't understand.
no.
We just don't understand. He was telling us his life story. He sat us. He kept telling us about he's from Buffalo and all this other shit. But
We do things a little differently up in Buffalo.
so
Yeah.
later,
I've seen
the
people sit in a
chairs,
chair on
more chairs
stove.
than you can handle.
so it came time for another round of drinks. Once we got seated, and our server, a young lady, said, "I'll have a." I went with what did I go with? A Long Island iced tea or something different, just for the hell of it,
Mm.
because I didn't like anything on their drinks menu and their beers. They didn't have a lot of beers I like. And so my partner Tim said, "I'll have a Tanqueray and tonic, another Tanqueray and tonic." She said, "Okay, what's that again?" He said, "Well, Tanqueray and tonic." She said, "Well, I'll just say that to him, and hopefully he'll know what it is." So we're like, "Okay, that's
I have a
good."
feeling.
And so
You might
a
know what
couple
it
minutes
is.
later, she comes back to the table with the bartender, the same bartender from earlier, with the buckets,
Paper cup.
with the buckets issue. And he said, "What'd you order?" She said, "You wanted a Tickery tonic." And we're like, a Tickery tonic? and Tim said, "No, a Tanqueray and tonic." He said, "Oh, what's in that?" And we're like, "Motherfucker, you just made one like 15 minutes ago."
Yeah.
And then he said, "Tanqueray."
We
Oh,
were just
It's
there.
like gin and tonic, Tanqueray and tonic. He said, "Oh." It's like, man, was it crazy?
This is absurd.
And then so
The
couple
people
It's all
times
why there
throughout
were
the
only
night.
5 people there.
a couple of times throughout the night, we brought a big purse so we could sneak the glasses in there. So we made it back to the hotel
Nah, nice.
with a couple
Oh shit.
stolen Ruby Tuesday glasses.
That's the move.
Gonna
I was about to say I have
Broadcast
2 stolen
this, you're
glasses
thieves.
I've been carrying since Jacksonville. So yeah, that's the move.
But apparently there was one
Wow.
person
Happy
in the
I'm not the only
kitchen.
one that does that.
One person in the kitchen, 2 servers, 1 host, and 1 bartender.
Was it a lady?
And there were like 7 tables that people were sitting at the whole night. Yeah, I didn't steal anything.
I was about to say I stole a coaster.
It was a
the
friend of
other
ours
day.
stole it.
Oh, you're supposed to steal coasters.
Exactly. That's how I feel. You're
It's
supposed
fine.
to
They're
steal
like the
coasters.
cardboard ones, right?
Yeah.
That's not.
Yeah, I have like 100 of those.
And it's like a calling card of the brewery you went to or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, I want that.
It's like a
So
little
these
souvenir.
cups that I drink out of every day, I have 2 of them.
Mm.
They're no longer have any printing on them because
No,
I've
I
had them
see
for
that.
so long. Taken from the Hokie
Ladies?
House.
The hooky.
The Hokie House in
Hokey.
Blacksburg, Virginia.
Hooky.
So I would get some kind of mixed drink. I don't remember what they are. but they used to have like hokey birds on them and stuff like that. But I just took them,
They've
and I'm
been
like,
just
they're mine
ran
now.
into
But
the
they're just
ground.
like the perfect cup. It's like just the perfect cup I always use, like for
That's
water
really
and stuff.
I've been trying to find like martini glasses and stuff. 'Cause that Cosmo would have looked so much better in the martini glass. But
Yes,
those things are not like inexpensive.
No,
they
they're
are not
real.
inexpensive. Some would call that expensive.
They're brittle too.
Like, man, I'm like, talk.
That's
Yeah,
it,
exactly. It's like, talk. I want to be pouring into you once in a blue. Like, settle down.
So
Like,
server's
Yeah,
name is
I
nickname
have a
is
set
now
of martini glasses.
Tickery Tonic is her nickname now.
Tinkeray.
Tickery.
Tickery
Tickery
tonic.
Tonic. Tickery Tonic. Joe, you have a
Well,
question?
fellas, I have a question.
I got a question.
Okay.
Question, fellas. How often do you change your passwords? And do you save your passwords in the autofill?
I change them when I'm forced to,
Okay.
whether I have to reset it because I forgot or it's some sort of reset situation. And I do have a lot of them saved in like my browser autofill. I don't know if that's bad.
Do you know how much you have saved in your autofill?
Not off the top of my head.
You can
A
you
lot.
can look at it.
You can
actually.
look.
If you
There's a
pull
lot.
up,
Can I?
You can
Yeah.
go
I'm on Chrome.
to-
Should I be saying this? I'm on Chrome.
You
Yeah,
you
you
look
hit
it
the
up
three
on Chrome,
dots.
You hit the three dots on the right.
Yeah.
Go to settings.
Doing
Go
it.
to autofill, and it will
Oh,
tell
boy.
you how much
Slow down.
saved passwords you currently have.
Manage my Google
Right.
account.
As he does that, do you say same question?
I use a
don't think
third
it's under
party
settings. Oh,
password
there it is.
manager. And I use really good passwords. And I hate when I have to change them because I have really good passwords and I have to come up with new really good passwords.
There's no number, but a lot.
Should be.
I'm scrolling down.
Yeah.
There's a lot here.
Should be a number.
I don't
So
see
I
a
pay
number.
a fee to have somebody protect my passwords, but then I have access to them
It's,
all the time as long as I know my master password.
Oh yeah, there's no number. I think. What did I click on to see the number?
It's 9 wheel
Oh.
scrolls, if that's
Okay,
that's a
no,
lot.
viable way to count. I know.
Oh yeah. No, it only tells you weak password or compromised password. That's what I ran into.
Or
today.
reused.
I
Compromised
had
password?
to
Reused,
change-
compromised.
reuse, weak, and compromise. So I went through, and I'll explain why I did this. But went through earlier.
Is
today
this why we
and
got an
had to-
email on the Twitter account?
No.
I don't think
Oh, okay.
today.
You should
Because I
buy
saw
that.
stuff was getting reset.
Last week.
I don't know
we
if it was
did.
today.
No.
Oh, okay.
When Joe started
Yeah,
using
let's not.
TikTok and YouTube, and
Um.
he changed a couple
Yeah.
of
Right.
passwords.
Yeah.
I don't know what day it is.
I changed that to YouTube. That was
Okay.
But yeah. So I went and changed a lot of these passwords, and I had, while doing this, I noticed I had passwords saved from like back when I was in college. They had been there for so long.
Damn.
I was just like going through memory lane, like, oh, there's my student email.
Yeah.
Let's
I was
go.
like, Jesus, all this stuff. Scott, pipe down.
Man, didn't even tell
us.
us what kind of nut he likes.
Didn't even say if he met a celebrity. Didn't say how disappointed he was to meet Anderson.
Answer is 6 inches, Joe.
Exactly.
No, yeah,
Okay.
that's his answer
Okay.
about the nut, I guess. So yeah, it was just a weird stroll down memory lane of all the sites, like
Interesting. Let me look at these.
the different I think like Date My School was on there, Blackboard.
What's Date
UNF.
My School? Is that like Hot or Not?
It was like I think that was like a version of like Rate My Teacher or something like that.
You use rate, right?
You don't know Rate My
Rate.
Teacher?
You said rate, correct?
Yeah,
Rate.
rate.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Just making sure.
My teacher.
Okay.
Basically to get information on like, is this teacher good? Is this teacher bad?
Okay.
Like, how do
okay.
they usually go about their course and
It's
stuff?
the teacher's Hot or Not? Okay. Got
We
it.
wrote
Yeah,
we wrote
yeah,
that
yeah.
down on notepads
Um,
and shared it with our friends.
Oh, okay.
With a master list.
We had the internet for it, but
Oh, that must be
different
nice.
websites.
Our
from,
spreadsheets were
like,
actual paper.
They were the
that
grid
hand-drawn lines.
paper.
Gridded
Oh, the
paper.
grid paper. Jeez.
Yeah.
People. I knew people that wrote on that, and I was like, "You're amazing."
Yeah. Like
You're
taking like
maniac.
notes on it.
Yeah.
Insane.
That's
complete insanity.
you're gonna kill people later in your life.
Yeah, you're planning something that I don't want to be a part of.
You're not a sane human being. You're not a part of civilized society.
Put a watch on this person.
You're going on my watch list. I was gonna say they're gonna interview me after you go on your spree, and I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, I saw it coming.
Always felt something was off about him.
Something was off. He came.
Always
He
felt
came into
something.
poetry class with gritted paper. I was like, "What
This
is
was
he doing?"
English.
Yeah,
Come
he
on.
was
We're in biology, and he has
iambic
gritted paper. I was
pentameter
like,
paper.
like, something's just not right here. But it was just a weird trip. And I suggest you delete some of those old things.
Yeah.
I guess I should. I'm a Redbox fucking
Redbox.
password saved.
Yeah. I can't
Websites I've
remember
never
the
heard of in here.
Weird website. Like I had the website for in Jacksonville. We paid electricity through JEA. That was still
Right.
on there. I was like, I haven't lived there in like 7-8 years at this point.
I'm sure
So,
my Pico account is in here that I don't use anymore.
yeah, like 4 apartments ago for me.
Yeah,
It's still
exactly.
lodged in there. I'm like, what am I doing?
Yep, there it is, Pico. Same password I use for everything. Who knew? I mean, I don't do that.
I used to use the same password.
They're both
For
different
everything.
passwords.
Oh, we'll get to that later. All right. Well, there's some Art Deco in Jacksonville.
Oh, right. Guys, go along. So yeah, you guys probably know my answer to this question. But how do you guys feel about stuff that people decorate their cars with?
Their cars,
Cars,
as in,
automobiles.
like stickers and stuff like that.
Because I've been taking walks at lunch, so I'm in my apartment complex.
Look at you
See a
taking
car-
walks at lunch, doing push-ups.
Taking
Don't
walks
fall
at lunch.
down.
Hey,
Don't
look,
fall down.
It's a new
Kyle.
year. See a car. It's like a white sedan thing. It's got those fucking eyelashes on
Oh,
the
I
headlights.
On the
hate that.
headlights.
On the
yeah.
headlights. And I'm like, what is wrong with this?
That used to be a
person?
prerequisite for Lyft drivers when they first started.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
gosh.
It reminds me of like the reindeer antlers and nose on cars during at
Mhm.
Christmas time. I don't know if you've seen those.
Truck
Or
nuts.
the elf legs
Sure,
sitting out of the
right.
trunk or
But
whatever.
even just like fucking, yeah, even just like bumper stickers. I'm like,
I'm a
Who
big
is-
anti-bumper sticker guy.
I had a feeling you were. Chip. And I'm like, who is this for? What are
you
you
advertising
projecting to
yourself
the
for?
world? Yes.
What I don't
is this?
understand is the people
It's
that
a de-
have pro marijuana stickers all over their car. They're just asking to be pulled over. Like they
Yeah,
got,
exactly.
first of all, they're driving
Yeah,
the shittiest
just like
car ever.
for
That
any reason.
they're lucky it runs, and they're just like marijuana this, marijuana that. Like, come on, man.
Normally.
I try to stay under
Yeah.
the radar. I did,
It's
however,
like-
today actually.
Exactly.
I put a big Avalanche logo magnet on my car, but
my
What a
thing is
coinkydink.
like, who is it for?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, who is it for? Is it for
Is this
yourself?
like is this
you know
like
what you
the
like? You don't need to
the-
tell everybody what you like.
I
Yeah,
try to
some
make it
people
to
do.
where nobody can describe the car. If I do something wrong, I don't want to be able to have anything distinct that they can
Yeah.
point out.
oh, it looks like everything else. Okay, cool.
Oh, it's a car and it has huge marijuana symbols on the hood of it. That's the car
Brown
you're
rust
describing.
coloration on the side. Yeah.
Can you describe the car that robbed the bank? The guy had a "I love gritted paper" sticker on the side.
The cop just like immediately pulls his gun out and starts running. Yeah. It's like I use grit paper for notes.
Oh, you could blend it anywhere with this one. He had the blue "coexist" sticker on the back of his car.
Oh,
Yeah.
the back of the car didn't
Right-
have
right next to his Trump Pence 2024.
My mom has
didn't
the
have
coexist. My mom
yeah,
has
exactly.
the coexist
Didn't
sticker on
have-
hers.
Oh, yeah. I'm
But,
sorry.
It's a
She's a
proliferation.
hippie at
I don't
heart.
even know when it emerged. I just one day saw it. Like
It's like
I,
early 2000s.
where do you even
Yeah.
buy that?
Yeah, Apparently everywhere.
Coexist.com.
Apparently it just exists.
Proud sponsor of the show, Coexist.
I think it just gets mailed to certain kind of people. But they had, it was like Peace, Heart, and Texas. Like this outline of Texas was their bumper sticker in pink.
Yeah, I always thought
And I'm
like
what is this person?
I always had a big issue with campaign stickers in general because I was like, okay, when you go to
Completely
sell
useless.
your car, you only could sell it to like half of the marketplace.
Well,
No one's getting convinced.
or you gotta rip that bad boy off.
Yeah.
And if your person lost, it's like, come on, what are you doing? Why is it still there?
I remember seeing a lot of Al Gore stickers for a long time, dude. It's just
well,
like,
and
how do you not do everything you can to get it off your bumper?
So
Like,
many McCain Palin stickers
Yep,
when I first
yep.
started driving.
a lot of McCain.
Well, in 92,
Gores.
in 92, I was in a government class in college, and they suggested we take part in the local like caucus or primaries within our little precincts or whatever.
DateMyTeacher.com.
So I went to the caucus after in the evening of our primaries, and that's where they choose the delegates for the state convention.
Showed?
So I became an alternate delegate to the Texas Democratic State Convention. And so while I was there, I got a Clinton Gore sticker. I saw it was just Clinton because Gore was not his running mate yet. I guess he was because that's. It was before the national convention, so I don't guess he was. But so I had that on my car, and this girl that I went to church with one day just pulled it off. I was like, why would you?
What?
Why would you do that?
Root
She,
strength.
I thought you were
So
joking.
aggressive. That's such an aggressive move.
Freaking
Was it
Republicans.
a magnet?
Thought you were joking.
It was a sticker. Just
Jeez.
Clinton, 1992.
She pulled it off.
Clinton for president.
That's weird.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah,
won,
I
so
just-
F her.
I don't know.
Yes, you
Yeah,
won.
you did win. Good job out of you. And Greg did not have sexual relations with that woman.
No, I didn't have an Al Gore sticker. I saw Al Gore stickers.
You are
Just
Al
clarifying
Gore
for the
sticker.
chat.
Yeah. who
I am
was,
Al Gore's son.
Romney. Mitt
Mitt-
Romney.
Oh
was the other-
yeah.
I was like, who was the other person that lost to Obama?
Who's the other guy that lost so much?
So
what a dud of a person.
So usually at this time in the show, we do the age game. Well, I think we're going to retire the old school age game. But before we do, a super fan,
Playing tiny violin.
our very own, well, he's like the Geo. She's like the Geo of this podcast. Kendra made a whole spreadsheet with the results and
Who's Geo
tallied
working?
all the.
Oh, yeah.
She made a spreadsheet with all the winners of all our age games throughout the weeks. So I thought you guys might be interested in to get a rundown on who has the most wins, who were the.
I
at the
am.
mo-
So
who
wait, did she
guessed.
go back and listen to every episode?
See, I thought she did it from the beginning, but no, she did. She went back. And Joe, when you remember the other day when you mentioned how
Wow.
our numbers jumped, I think that was Kendra going back and listening to old episodes, getting our.
Oh no
That's
way.
what that was.
Someone's downloading every episode.
I'm like, somebody's going in the archives.
That's funny.
guys.
That's thank you. I love stats like this.
But so
I probably
mean,
won't after I hear the results.
So we had two
I
versions.
I was
That's-
say now we get to determine who really won.
We had the versions of where the
80%
chat
win rate.
where the chat gives us an age, and then we guess a celebrity based on that age, and then we have the ones where they give us a celebrity and we guess their age.
Right.
So
okay.
of the first one where they give us an age, there were 38 chances at that. And like you guys may have guessed, Greg won the majority of them. I won out of the 38.
How many?
I won 10. Scott won 8. Joe won 8. And Kyle, bring up the rear, he only won 6. We had several ties.
I thought it'd be more than 10. I'll tell you.
We had 3 ties where Kyle and I tied one, where Joe and Scott tied one, where there was a 3-way tie, which was last
Get some
week
credit for that.
between Greg, Joe, and Scott. I don't know how there's a 3-way tie when
Whoa.
we guessed different ages, but
Because there
And
were
then-
2 ages, it was 15 and
Oh,
48.
yeah, yeah.
So I think we all tied
Oh.
every time somehow.
Yeah, we used to do 2 at a time sometimes.
and then so we did
Then
18.
everyone would start naming people, and it was impossible to keep track of.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna say this real fast. I wish there was a most person guest.
There is.
Like, how many
Ooh, that's a
times
good
did
question. Helen
There-
Mirren, I
Terrell
think, is
come
probably.
There
oh,
is.
there
No,
is?
no, we
There's
got
more
all that.
Oh,
stats?
there is?
We got all that. That's coming up after I.
Nice.
So we also had the.
Oh my God, Kendra, this is incredible.
The chat gives us a celebrity.
Please send this to me when you're done.
So on the other one where we guess the
Okay.
age of a celebrity, there were 18 of those, and I won half of them, with Scott winning 4, Joe 3.
Wow.
Jesus.
Kyle only won 1, and then we
Win
tied with me once. So that's obviously I'm better at
God. I'm not
guessing
good
a
at this.
celebrity's age. But you ask about the names used, and the most used name, and it's only 3 times, but Brad Pitt, Judi Dench.
Oh, really?
Really?
Let's see, there's a
Thanks.
six-way tie for used 3 times.
Second.
You got Brad Pitt, Judi Dench, Justin Timberlake, Stephen Colbert, Steve Carell, Tom Cruise.
Wow.
Okay.
We do go on like Daily Show tangents. So
Yeah,
But
that's-
she also has them broken
once,
down.
Once you name one of them, everyone just starts guessing the same ones. What was what was the last one? Out of those 6?
Was Tom Cruise.
Okay.
TC.
So let's just
It's
have
like it
the
couldn't be that
ages.
far away.
Just have the ages we guessed.
That's good.
Wow.
Oh, so the ages. There's 2 of them that we played 3 times, 38 and 44. Then some we played twice. Because it always seemed like, oh, haven't we done that? Haven't we done
That's
that?
not only 2 of them.
And there's several we did
Yeah.
twice, but
That's another good question.
that's pretty fun. But
That's fun.
That's amazing.
a
Thank
good
you so
wrap
much.
up there.
I love stats.
Yeah, I'm
so I think we
Love
had
stats.
decided to somebody who suggested it, the movie one. Somebody suggested that a few weeks ago.
I think it was it James? I feel like it was James.
I think it was
Could be
James.
wrong.
I think it was Hate Squiggle. Hate Squiggle suggested that the chat give us a movie and we have to guess the year that it
Yeah.
was
We doing that?
released. So you guys want to try that for the first
We are
time this
doing
week?
I said let's do it. I guess we'll
So
take
give
the
us a
first
movie,
one.
something
The
from the
first movie that
past, not
pops
in the
in
most
there.
recent, not recent movies, but
Something
Yeah.
from the past.
Please don't give me Avatar 2.
Cocaine Bear.
Titanic.
Oh, that's easy.
Oh, damn, you know this?
I'll go last.
I'm gonna say 98. 1998.
I'm going 99.
97.
Ooh, damn.
All right, let's
I
do
just saw it,
Little
like, last
Mermaid.
month.
Wait, the new
No,
Ariel?
you went to go see the remake in theaters? Kyle's right.
Kyle's
Yeah.
right, 1997.
Ariel the Little Mermaid, like the original.
The
Yeah,
Little
the
Mermaid,
last-
the
I'll go last.
original
Leslie refers
animated
to
one.
it as Ariel the Little Mermaid.
We're talking about the
Um,
Disney one, right? I'll go
Disney
last.
Little Mermaid. Yes. I'm gonna go with 94. I think that's one of the later ones. I think that's one of the later Disneys. No, it's not after Lion King. Shoot, is it after Lion King? I'm gonna stick with. Is Lion King 93 or 94?
Kombucha lady.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna stick with 94, even though I think I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm going with 93. I don't know. That one doesn't even register with me.
Yeah, that's a blank. That's a blank spot for Greg. Blank
89.
spot, dark spot. 89.
1989.
Kyle has too much confidence. Damn it.
When
Ariel
did
Mermaid,
A Little
year
Mermaid
it
come
came
out?
Was
89.
89.
89.
See, I had
Might
no
do a
idea.
different
That
game.
I should,
the
because there was
that online game. That's what
there's a
it
15-year
man.
period
Box
where
office game.
animated movies were not on my radar at all. Let's do one more.
That's
Who-
like the Hercules.
Who hasn't guessed a
post
movie?
Hercules area.
Who hasn't guessed a
era for
movie
me.
yet? We
I don't know
have
any
Okay.
of those.
Gladys or
Who
hasn't
Titanic. What
guessed
did
a
Kelly?
movie?
Kelly have
Who
a
hasn't
movie for
threw in a
us?
movie?
Kelly Boat.
Kelly, throw a movie in there. This
Yeah,
is why you
why
come
not?
to the chat, folks, so you can interact, throw a movie in,
Make us guess things.
make Kyle look super smart because he just knows every
I'm not
movie.
smart. I'm just an idiot who looks at a lot of stuff.
He's an idiot. Life is beautiful. Don't even know.
Life
that.
is beautiful.
okay.
Oh,
Uh,
pants.
I'm gonna just make an outlandish guess because I don't even know what this movie is.
You
That's
know what it
alright.
is?
I have no idea. I'm gonna say 1973.
Well, I know Joe's not winning this one,
No,
but
I'm not confident of the year, but I'm confident it's not that.
I want Kyle to go so I can get somewhere around there. But
Greg, you want to go?
let
Oh,
me
I want to
get.
say
No,
98.
it's fine.
98.
I want to say
I
98.
remember the
Again.
Oscars, obviously,
Wait,
but I'm
97.
trying to place
Greg's
what movies it went up
crazy
against.
He's thinking so hard he went blurry.
references.
He's back.
Hmm.
He's like, "Brr."
What'd you say, 98? Because I was thinking
said
99.
73, Greg.
to
Joe, it's the
2000.
Holocaust one, Roberto Benigni, where he's jumping around at the
The
Oscars.
only Holocaust one movie I know is
I'm going
Children.
99.
Roberto Benigni.
It's one of those. It's 8
I
or
don't
9.
know
I
nothing about
think.
paninis.
Unless they're tricking us, it was 97 again.
98. There you go.
98.
3 for 3. 3 for 3.
Hat trick. Hat trick.
But you
Yeah,
got
he's
them
good at this.
exactly right. Not even like close.
I feel like the
closer to
90s
pin.
is his wheelhouse, though.
90s and, well, no, not really.
No, that's probably like what teenage Kyle.
Yeah, you're right.
The problem is I saw
like
Early 2000s,
I
late
saw
90s,
so
but like
many
recent
movies,
too. I
'cause
mean,
I
I'm just
work
going
for-
off like, yeah.
I worked
United
for United Artists, and I saw the theaters, and I saw so many movies that they just all run together.
True.
let's go NBA championships. How about we go?
Oh, God.
All right, does Canoe have a life hack for us?
He does.
It's a life hack, it's a life hack, it's a hack full of life and a life full of hack. You take a life and you put a hack on it, and then Canute comes on and says something dumb.
Greg, Tyler says that he hates you and he hates doing the show and he feels beholden to you. And
This is a really complicated scenario for super shitty, ridiculously, insanely embarrassing Greg.
Maybe the Pabs need to chill out and listen to some
Hack your mind, hack your life.
Exclusively on a new low.
episode 45.
Here we go. The other day, I'm watching TV. I went to go to use the remote. It didn't work properly. And I've been here before. The battery's going low. A lesser life hacker, he'd have pulled the cover off and spun the batteries around. But no, I'm organised. I'm efficient. I went to the drawer where the batteries are, started digging around, and boom, it hit me. Here's a life hack. Any spare batteries, little odds and ends, store them in a heavy-duty Ziploc bag.
This is absolutely amazing.
Because it's secure. And you get the heavy-duty one, the thicker plastic. It won't tear. It's there for life. Probably outlive you. Anyway, that's my life hack. The end.
So his life hack is storage containers for batteries.
Basically,
I hate that.
I
hate that
that
Joe.
was a functional life hack.
Joe took his headphones off, didn't hear the beginning, which was the best part.
Nah, I'll listen back to it. I'm sorry.
I'll play it.
Oh
for
my
some-
God, the intro, very long intro.
Yeah, I'll play it real
play
quick.
it. Play the
Because I
intro
didn't
again.
miss any of it.
I'll hear that again.
Yeah,
It's not
he
quick.
thinks he's funny.
Greg, Tyler says that he hates you and he hates doing the show and he feels beholden to you. And
This is a really complicated scenario for super shitty, ridiculously, insanely embarrassing Greg.
Maybe the Pabs need to chill out and listen to
I'm not the
Yeah,
Greg
that's
they were
pretty good.
discussing that I know of. But I like how he cut in the
No, you
Greg
never
at the
know.
Mike Carano one. Greg.
Yeah, ridiculously embarrassing.
Bad edit.
Not
Greg.
what he was saying. Exactly.
I mean, yeah, organize your batteries. I guess that's a life hack.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
I
plastic
was looking at
containers
some,
are a good
giveaways
option.
the other day.
Kendra mentioned in the
Inviting.
chat. Yeah, because they stack. I mean, the thing
I
with
will say-
bags. You know, you got a junk drawer full of bags of batteries. I think it's the same difference as
Bags,
just
bags,
having
bags.
loose batteries. Organization is the key.
I
Yeah, I'm
will
about to-
do.
All three of us right
I
there.
will do the battery rotate trick he was talking about.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
pull it
it's
It's
out,
not where
put
you
it back
spin
in.
it, but you switch them. You switch
Yeah.
the two.
Sometimes you just
Yeah,
have to
different
lift it
spots.
out and put it
Top
back in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you switch the other two. Yeah. Sometimes
You
it
just
works.
got it
I
to
would go
work that
shake
second
my
when you want to
second
change the
drink of
channel.
night.
That's all you care about.
Do you
Exactly.
guys want me to
Shake it.
put original sound on so you can hear the shake?
Yeah, let's do it.
Can you do it closer to the microphone?
I have to put original sound or the shake's not going to
Oh, you do. Okay.
Yeah,
So
Zoom.
you can hear it out of
corrects
one
it.
ear. I'm sorry.
Oh, I see. Ooh, there it is. There it is. Love it.
Nice.
I wonder if it's going to
Nice.
record one channel.
I don't think so because he's recording his own audio.
Maybe Zoom one. I don't know.
Yeah, Zoom. Yeah, if
I
you
think
do
it's
that,
all
if you use
Zoom.
that as a clip.
Well, thank you for that.
Maybe. All right, 4th and 10, Scott. No, we're not to that section yet. We'll come back to that.
Section interest, Greg.
Welcome to the movies.
Thank you to Satan for giving me inspiration.
Speaking of movies and movies we've seen, Joe is demonstrating his second Cosmo. Saw Scream 6 came out last weekend. I am a big Scream franchise fan. It's probably my favorite horror series. I think it's the most consistent as far as sequels. So I was very excited for this. So I really liked 5. 5 was kind of the soft reboot. There was like new cast, a couple new people in there. Show favorite Jenna Ortega.
Yep.
One of the people.
SNL this weekend.
I know. I recorded. I haven't watched
and star of In the Heights.
Yeah.
Melissa something. And she was in it too. So,
is that her sister?
Not big spoilers in the
real
movie.
Sister?
No, I mean the one you're talking about is that the
Her
girl that plays
sister's in the
Jenna's
movie.
sister in the movie? The main character, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Melissa Barrera. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, I know it starts with a B.
It's like, yeah, both very good. But no spoilers for 5, but they're both back in this. But
so they live.
So they left. And but twist, they are in New York this time because they're going to college. Woodsboro, my friend. Woodsboro's the town where Scream started. But like the 5th one, it's paralleling the Scream 2. So this is the sequel to so they're off to college, Ghostface chases them, that kind of thing. And they talk about that. Like that's the
It's
whole
very meta. Yeah,
thing with the
Did he
series.
drop Iron Man in that time?
It's meta horror, so they comment on horror movies and
They're
things
in
like
New
that.
York, so like
They're in New York.
Did he drop an album? Was he with Raycon? Did you see, the chef?
Spoiler alert, Brennan ends up being the murderer.
Oh, wow. Did
Yeah.
Jizza show
So,
up? It was
big
Inspector Deck there.
No, he was not. So
Capadonna.
Brennan's breakout role. No. I liked it a lot.
I don't think Kyle understands the Ghostface thing I'm going with. But.
I know you're
Ghostface
doing
Killer.
the fucking Wu-Tang. I get it.
Wu-Tang.
I'm trying to move on. But I liked it a lot. I do think 5 is better. I think 5 had more to say about like horror fandom and stuff. But horror. But 6 is still very good. It had some of the more brutal kills that they've seen in the series.
It was very brutal, and I saw
being
it as
stabbed.
well. I saw it.
Did you see it too? Oh, I didn't know that.
And there were a couple times where I was like, I laughed. It's better to watch these with somebody else because this one's the first one I've watched with my fiance, and to be able to turn to somebody and just laugh at something gruesome like that. Because if I've been watching it alone, I'd be like, oh my god, why would they do that? But when you can just look at somebody and say, Jesus Christ, did you see that? That's always fun. Just Kyle's frozen.
I will say I've not seen Scott's not been carrying his weight this episode.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me now?
Kyle
Sorry.
also hasn't been carrying his weight.
Sorry, my freaking internet paused again. But in the the 6th one in the series, you expect something different, and
Well, it'll be on audio.
So yeah, it'll be on the audio, but I may be talking over it now. But as his internet fixes itself out, I will say I did not see the movie, but this trailer played before Creed, and one of the parts was the little train part where it's like it goes dark and he's right in somebody's face. So many people around me got legit scared during the trailer. I was like, gosh.
That was one thing this didn't have was any jump scares, really. It was more just
really even that train part. I mean, kind of spoiled the train part in the trailer, but is he back?
No, I don't. Even the train
He's
part
back.
wasn't that. It was more just because it was a guess. It's a whodunit, of course, like they all are. Like who's it going to be this time? Because always got to figure it out. One thing they did with this one is the main character was. There was a talk that she murdered the killer from the last movie. Like she cold-blooded murdered that dude, and so people think she's a murderer. So that comes out. I hope he comes back soon because I don't know how to correct the. I can't do anything about the video. Sorry.
Right now Kyle's...
Yeah, till he comes back.
That's hilarious. I gotta see what this looks like. Dude, oh yeah, we're funky.
Yeah, I'll just put on the.
Take it back. There we go. 2 hops this time. Ooh, 2 hops this time.
Well, sorry about the video, folks. But we can still talk, Joe.
We're gonna vamp. So
yeah.
Gets here.
Just if we move up in the picture.
Greg, do you have my theme music?
I don't know what your theme music is.
Everybody shut up.
The theme music is the award show music. The generic award show. Everybody shut up.
Let me see here. I have it somewhere. Yeah.
The 2023 95th Annual Academy Awards, the Oscars, took place this weekend, folks. And what an Oscar it was. Kyle back at the right time. What an Oscar it was. Here. He's here. He sounds very low. Yeah, very faintly, though. Don't know what's going on.
I think maybe you switched mics.
Possibly.
But we just started. We just started talking about the Oscars Sunday night.
Got my recording going.
Hosted by Jimmy Kimmel.
Got my recording going.
Okay, he kept his recording going. Why is he so low? You sound so tiny.
I don't know. I'm using the same fucking thing.
Did Zoom change something? I don't know.
Hang on.
This is not like Discord where I can manually boost them up.
Hello, do you hear me?
I can hear you, which is really low.
Dude, my audio, like, I came back and I couldn't hear you at all.
Oh, really?
I had to, like, restart my headphones.
Oh, wow.
And my internet.
But, okay, I guess I'll just crank up my sound.
Oh, that'll be bad because
doesn't blow out my ears.
Being recorded.
No, yeah, not my mic, just my headphones, Greg.
I'm sure it's
is
there.
Better?
It is. We're we're good. We're back. We're back.
Okay, I figured it out.
Nice. So we just started talking about the
Sorry.
Oscars. The Oscars. Oscars.
Hang on, Greg, did you like it?
Yes, I enjoyed it. It was like you. I did not think it was as good as 5. Of course, we lost some characters in 5, and 1 didn't return for 6. One of the original members that came back. But I like the twist. I like trying to figure out who did what and being totally wrong. But that's what's fun.
It's a fun time. I like
movies.
I said, it's they follow a formula, but they break the formula too. So it's fun. I like it.
Hayden Panettiere comes
Anyway,
back.
Oscars.
Looks a little different. A lot older.
Ooh.
Yeah, she was from 4.
Oh, really?
She comes back from 4.
The Oscar.
But I'm done.
The Oscars. 95th annual. Jimmy
the
Kimmel
French
was the
champagne.
host. NBC was the broadcast partner. Before we get into the awards, folks, how did you feel Jimmy Kimmel did as host of the Oscars? We knew what the elephant in the room was, or the donkey in the room was. And how did you feel about him addressing it? How did you feel about
What? Oh, the slap?
Yeah, obviously.
Is the elephant in the room? Okay.
Yeah, it was the donkey in the room. Yeah.
I thought he did an admirable job, as he always does.
It's fine. Yeah. I thought a lot of the jokes were very weak. I know that's not his fault. I know it's a whole writing team or whatever. If you don't make jokes about how long the broadcast is, you could have a shorter broadcast. I'll just say that. Because they said it like 10 fucking times.
Well, as he was saying how it took him 10 minutes to say that they added all the categories back on. I was like, well, you just wasted 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Added on to the categories they added back on.
Talking about how long. Yeah.
But the James Cameron jokes and pretty funny. The poor
James Cameron,
sport,
Top Gun,
the sore
the
sport.
Tom Cruise jokes, very funny. I thought the slap stuff was good. I mean, it had to be discussed. My favorite part of the slap stuff was, hey guys, just do what you did last time in case it happens again, which is absolutely nothing.
That was awesome.
Exactly. I was hoping Chris Rock would be back, but I guess not.
It's something that happens on all the Oscars is when there's somebody without a sense of humor that that the host jokes on, and it's like, it brings the whole thing down. Even if it's a funny joke, if they're not in on it. Because most of the people were. I think everybody was, except for like the Tar people and the couple other things. But I enjoyed it. The thing is,
they also were.
My plan was to record it, and after about an hour, watch it, and then fast forward to the stuff I don't want to see and get caught up, and then do the same thing. However, I was in Georgia, Atlanta area, and Dish Network does not carry ABC currently because of a fight with, Dish and ABC, whoever dealing with it.
Oh, and ABC. Oh, wow.
So I had to log into the ABC app and with my home cable credentials so we could watch it streaming. So we had to watch it live, like all the way through, and it was painful through some of the musical performances and shit. Because I always skip the musical performances. But
am I crazy? In real time, I thought that Lady Gaga performance was kind of mid.
Well, first of all, she talked at the beginning.
So brave. She sounds so good. I'm like,
I hated it. I hated it. She talked beforehand. And I was like, just shut up and don't say anything. Just sing your song. This isn't about you. You did a soundtrack song. Good for you.
This is a very intimate song I wrote about a movie that made $1 billion. Like, what? How is this intimate? This is about guys.
How's it not about her?
Yeah, that bugged the shit out of me.
Guys in planes.
The best part, she's like, it's about heroes and unexpected places. It's like jet pilots, like. And then the song lyrics are like, hold my hand. Like, how is that about heroes and unexpected places? It's a very confusing speech.
Well, that dude with
the speech, I like the song. I think the performance was fine, but the speech was very strange.
Yeah, that was it. David Byrne for the Everything Everywhere All at Once. He had this hot dog fingers while performing.
That guy could not sing.
Well, that's kind of his thing.
That did not work.
That's kind of his thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's kind of a performance artist.
I didn't know who he was.
Well, he's kind of a performance artist along with singing, so a lot of times the vocals don't
Talking Heads
meet the standards.
Heads.
Oh, okay. That means nothing.
But I just thought it's funny.
Okay, that doesn't mean.
He had hot dog fingers for the performances.
Dude, we were gonna cover.
Yeah, the fingers.
We were gonna cover American Utopia. That's his whole thing. It's David Byrne.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what.
I thought their set design for the Everything All at Once performance was great because it mirrored the movies. Everything from the movie kind of like in your face. And while I was watching that, I was like, even though this performance isn't great, this is what Encanto should have did. Just stick to the damn song and accentuate the parts of the movie. Don't bring up Megan Thee Stallion for no reason.
Oh, but again, that wasn't even the nominated song.
I know.
So that was just like a whole different thing. But yeah.
But yeah.
But not to. That was worth it.
Plays basically.
Luckily, it won.
It won. Thank goodness. It was the best song. Obviously.
One of my favorite things was their acceptance speech. Man, it's like I was like, oh man, this is gonna be awkward. And then they get up there.
Dude, he sang.
It gave a hell of a speech.
That was pretty good.
Well, he liked the Carpenters. He talked about the Carpenters.
Yeah, awesome.
I love that speech, and it was short.
That's what I'm saying.
It was the perfect speech because everybody's like, we don't know who this guy is. Nobody watches Bollywood films,
song.
And he had the perfect speech for the moment, and I really appreciated that.
It was very
awesome.
So let's wrap up some of the awards and get some of you guys' feelings. Also, was it weird that? So when I forgot who they brought up for animated movie, but they did animated movie and then live action short. I was like, wouldn't it be just smart to do animated movie?
It was very confusing.
Animated
yes.
short?
It was very confusing.
Well, they do all the shorts. They do all the shorts together because they know no one cares.
Oh yeah.
But they started with animated feature, and they usually start with the supporting.
Yeah, they
actors.
usually start with supporting. Yeah,
that was an interesting start. But
all right. I'm gonna just run through some of the ones that lesser known ones have.
You don't
any
got to do
comments?
all of them. Just do the big ones. Just do the big
Okay,
ones.
okay. I was gonna say I didn't
Come on.
want to shortchange.
It's gonna be
anybody.
long.
Kyle,
It's
I
gonna
knew
be
you
long.
were upset that editing got left out of the broadcast last year, so I
I
wanted to
was,
make
but
sure.
this isn't the Oscars. This is a new low. No one gives a shit.
Okay, great. Cinematography, I thought actually probably to me
We're starting
went
to see
to the best movie. James Friend. Yeah, I went with cinematography. Also, I do want to go to film editing. That guy was way too handsome to be an editor, by the by. Just want to go.
I don't
What he say? He
remember.
said, "This is my second movie."
that was-
Whatever he said.
This is my second movie.
A lot of people were saying that.
It was brilliant, though. I mean, that movie had to have a good editor, and it did.
Yeah, oh
and
my God.
it was very impressive.
Oh, that was the
If
shoe.
it
Everything.
didn't get
Yeah.
best editor, I would have.
Everything
caused
everywhere
a
all at
ruckus.
once. Yeah.
Because after I saw that movie, I was like, oh, there. Remember, I came and I was like, I expected to be credits for 10,000 people, and it was like 40 people. I was like, how
Exactly.
did 40 people make this? All right. Original song, not to from RRR, awesome. Visual effects, Avatar. Everybody knew they were gonna get that. Did
That's a
anybody
shoo-in.
see women talking?
I did.
You did. Okay. Was it good?
It's very good.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch it.
It's not like
Let's
amazing,
adapt
but it's very
the
good. Yeah.
Is it
I'd heard.
gonna be-
So,
I've
let me
only
say
heard of
this.
it in context
I
of these
saw-
awards, so I don't know
Yeah.
anything about it.
I've seen all the Best Picture nominees.
Okay.
They're all very good. Like, there's no dud in any of them. Like, that's very rare that none of them are just like, well, that kind of sucked. Like, they're
Okay.
all 10 very good movies. Some of them are great.
Okay.
I'll just say
Alright.
that.
Original screenplay, everything everywhere all at once. I
Makes
think
sense.
that's warranted.
Yeah.
Best animated
It's-
feature, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I thought that was
You
pretty
can't
solid.
not do that.
Yeah, there was
for
no real front runner there. So,
that. Well, his was
Makes
front runners
sense to
because
give
it
him.
was so
Yeah.
groundbreaking. Just the amount of effort put
Yeah.
into it.
So insane.
well, groundbreaking, but it's, it's stop motion.
Well, I mean,
but the level of stop motion. Is
Yeah,
pretty
that's what I'm
impressive.
referring to.
International film. See, I thought this was kind of the fork in the road. International film went to All Quiet on the Western Front. So in my head, I was like, they're not going to win Best Picture. And once Everything Everywhere All at Once won Best Original Screenplay, I was like, they're not going to win Best Picture. So obviously they're going to give it to the Fablemans, but that's not what happened, as we all know.
Yeah.
But let's get into the actresses, actor and actresses. Best Supporting Actress, Jamie Lee Curtis, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this, but it's caused a bit of a hubbub on my side
Oh,
of Twitter.
yeah. Yeah, your side.
Well, here's the issue: is
People are making a big deal out of the reaction shot. And I'm like,
If people are making a big deal out of the
yeah,
reaction
she's going to
shot,
be sad. Like,
yeah,
come
she's
on.
gonna be upset. This is the second time in her mind she's been snubbed of an Oscar. She didn't
Well,
win
if
it
you-
for
the thing
What's
is,
Love
like-
Gotta Do It, and she didn't win it for this.
they're like, well, they gave Jamie Lee Curtis a Lifetime Achievement Award. That's what people are saying. Well, it would have been for Angela Bassett as well because her performance was
A
good.
Lifetime Achievement Award, yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it
it's
was
either
good.
one or
So
the other.
But
Yeah.
my thing is, Angela Bassett's performance in this, to me, Jamie Lee Curtis wasn't even the best supporting in this. Stephanie
That's where
Sue
people, I
was for
think,
me.
have the
I agree.
biggest issue.
Like
with
if you would
it,
have gave it to
100%.
Stephanie Sue, I would have been like, you know what?
that's
She
she would have
deserves
got
it.
she would have
That
got my
is
vote.
definitely a good point.
She would have got my vote because
Yeah,
but she's
but
not a
giving it
name. She's
to
not a big
Jamie Lee
name. So.
Curtis.
But the thing is,
Yeah,
the
but
It's
votes
not, it's
when you
not
have
always about the name, though.
well, when you have so many really good ones, people are voting for them, so they're going to lose their. If there's not an
It's
obvious
like
one,
by the time the Oscars hit, a lot of it is like momentum of like how well the other awards have gone and like how campaigns have gone. So it's just kind of in people's heads is like, yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis should win. So
Well,
they
actually,
that's
no.
just how they vote, you know?
The thing leading up, it was every award show leading up was either Carrie Condon from Banshees of Inisherin or Angela Bassett. They were the two front runners. They were trading.
But the SAG Awards is the key. She won the
Did SAG give it to Jamie? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot that one. I was like,
Because they're the biggest voting body.
mm,
And if you look at the past few years, whoever
I
wins
think-
best cast wins best picture.
I forgot what I was listening to, but they said usually, was it Adnan? That it's usually 3 or 4 of the acting goes from the SAG into the Oscars, but this time it was 4 for 4. It was all
I think the past 2 or 3 years it's been 4 for 4. Yeah.
yeah. So Ki Hu Kwan One for Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Amazing speech.
I knew he'd have a great
He
speech. I was
pretty
hoping he won
much
just for that.
the front runner.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was very happy. I think it's very well deserved. That
well
one.
deserved. The Daniels won Best Director. I 100% agree with that. I mean, that movie, directing wise, it's pretty insane. I thought I hadn't seen The Fablemans, but I know Kyle spoke highly of Spielberg. I thought he would have got another one possibly.
I thought they would have thrown it to him because
they got adapted.
They were winning
screenplay.
so much.
So,
they
yeah,
were winning
I
so
thought
much.
Well, they
yeah.
gave
He would've got a bump.
Judd
So that's
Hirsch
what-
a nomination for like a 5-minute performance, which was interesting.
The Fablemans, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he was pivotal in the movie, but it was a very small
Showed up.
role. Yeah, he's great.
I was hoping they would throw it to him. Yeah.
Best Actress went to Michelle Yeoh. Who, that was a fun, interesting little tidbit there. She never has practiced martial arts whatsoever. I was like, what?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Well, she
that
has
was
to
one
have
of
done
the things
something
they
because
said,
she
like, in
became
their
famous in
little-
the U.S. because of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
She's never done any actual martial arts.
She's been in multiple martial arts.
I guess
movies,
it's mostly
maybe
stunt
like
training.
I would say
Yeah.
maybe stunt training, but not
It would
like
have to be stunt training. Yeah.
no taekwondo or karate or like any of the actual disciplines, I guess. So I just thought that was crazy. She was the front runner in this to me. I think the only person that, I mean, just name wise, again, I didn't see The Fablemans, was Michelle Williams, but Blonde,
was good.
I don't know how they even got nominated.
That was an insane nomination.
That
yeah,
was a
that one
ridiculous
and
one.
To
Kate
Leslie
Blanchett
were
probably
weird
coulda-
nominations. That's the thing. It was Blanchett for a long time was thought to be the winner, but the more momentum that Everything Everywhere gained going into the awards season, like Michelle Yeoh just jumped ahead somehow. But like, I think it should have been Blanchett as far as performances go. But they like a story, which is why Frasier won, and which is why Michelle Yeoh won. So that's what they do sometimes.
And this caused a hubbub. I don't know if you guys saw this. This caused a hubbub because Michelle Yeoh became the first identifying Asian to win this award.
Identifying?
And see, this is an issue.
What
And
is this,
NPR tweeted that out, and people are like, "Oh, she is Asian. She's not identifying Asian." And it's because a woman in, I can't remember her name off the top of my head now, but like in the 60s or 50s, she was half Asian, but she never claimed her Asian side and only claimed her white side.
Yeah,
and
but
just
the way
presented herself
the way
to
they
the
say that
public
makes it
as white.
that she is not Asian as she says she is. That
I
she
know.
identifies as Asian.
I was about to say it reads weird without
Phrasing.
the context. So like everybody kind of started attacking them.
It's definitely
And
weird.
then once when I read it, I was like, huh? And then like right under it, people were providing context like, oh, it's because this other woman didn't basically claim that she was Asian. She only claimed that she was white.
Right.
So this is the first Asian win, even though it's not. It's the first time.
We should wrap this up.
Accepting it being-
What are your opinions on Best Actor? Brendan Fraser versus
Best Actor. I didn't see
Austin
The Whale.
Butler.
I was happy for him. I'm just happy it wasn't Austin Butler because I
Why?
never want to see Elvis, and that guy was getting too much. I just don't want to see Elvis. Same way.
Well,
I didn't
yeah,
wanna
but
see
it doesn't
Bohemian
take away
Rhapsody.
from his performance.
extremely
His
good
performance
Elvis.
was amazing.
I don't wanna see Elvis.
You don't have to,
I didn't
but
wanna see
yeah, I
Elvis.
mean, I think they gave it. I
Elvis
mean,
is-
you
it's not
can't-
even like a biopic. It's like a spectacle. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's also
Joe,
my
you should watch
disdain for
Elvis.
Baz Luhrmann. I just don't like Baz Luhrmann. So.
Baz rules. He's insane. I think it should have been Butler or
Best Picture, Everything, Everywhere, All
Colin
at Once.
Farrell.
I didn't expect a clean sweep.
It was pretty good. All right, Scott.
It
4
pretty
to
much
10.
went exactly the way I thought it would.
Really? You thought they'd sweep that one? Scott, ready?
Absolutely.
Imagine if your bartender was a monkey. That'd be pretty cool.
Not sure you
I
got
have
the
the
memo,
I have the
Scott.
proof
We don't
because
talk
I
about
beat the
monkeys
director
anymore.
of my indie theater in a ballot challenge.
Oh, look at you.
there you go.
That's crazy. Yeah, I was thinking they were gonna divvy it up a little more because they usually do that, but it started being avalanche of everything, everything. All right, on to disappointments.
We need to fight through this pretty quickly. Fly through this.
Do you have a heart out, Greg? What's going on?
No, it's just we're already at an hour 15, so I figured.
It was an Avalanche game.
Oh, okay.
No,
So
they already
Greg
won
says
in
it.
shootout. 2-1. Beat the Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's go.
All right, my disappointment is nothing special. I'm getting more hangovers, and I don't like it. I know it has to do with probably age. It probably has to do with me drinking less. So when I do drink, I probably drink too much.
That's
and the
100%
next day
what it
is
is.
complete hell. Yeah.
And that Delty is
So
smoking.
I'm not smoking. I'm eating.
Taking.
So, and that's part of why I'm drinking less is I'm doing more edibles and whatnot. So it lets me chill out a little bit. But yeah, I guess the lesson is I should just drink more, and then
more often. Yeah.
I'll get less hangovers.
Have a couple drinks with Joe.
Live less,
yeah,
but
I
have
hadn't
less
drank-
hangovers. It works perfect.
Like last week, it was like Sunday to Friday. So on Saturday, I'm like, I'm gonna have a few. End up buying a fucking bottle of wine like an idiot.
Ooh.
And then I was drinking Negronis after that. So
Oh.
I can't just like go nuts on the one day I decide to drink. So hangovers suck. I used to not really get them, but now they happen way too much.
It also has to do with the quality of the alcohol you're drinking. Because cheaper stuff gives you bigger hangovers.
I haven't really done the experiment there.
All right. My disappointment is I've had a hell of a somebody need to block this person. I don't know how to do that.
Greg, I'm trying.
Yeah. I've had a hell
I think
of
I can do it. I think I can do it.
So I'll try to sum this up fast for Greg's liking. Yesterday I woke up and I got an email from Stripe that my email on Stripe had been changed.
Ooh,
and I backed out of the email, and then the email was gone. And by the by, I fixed my website. And then the email was gone. So then I tried to log into Stripe, and I
just
could
like
not.
the virus.
So I tried to contact Stripe. They don't have a phone number. So I know. I tried to contact Stripe. They don't have a phone number. Sent them a little message, but then they weren't responding or anything. So then I quickly started changing a bunch of passwords. Started canceling a bunch of things, taking a bunch of things off the website, trying to figure out how this all happened. Me and Scott got on the phone because that's my crisis management team. I call Scott.
He's your tech support.
Got Scott on the horn, and we were trying to figure it out. And he was like, "Huh, the email disappeared? Maybe they're in your email." And I was like, "Oh no!" And then I looked. There's a thing where you can see like blocked addresses, and the Stripes were blocked. They got in my email.
Huh?
They made sure Stripe contact was blocked.
Am I the only one that doesn't know what Stripe is? What's going on here?
Oh, Stripe is a
credit card
service that it's a credit card service that you can put on your website to make purchases with credit cards.
Okay.
So, yeah. So they went in and they blocked any Stripe email. So I couldn't get any, and I still can't get any emails from Stripe, the company. So I had to take Stripe off of my website. And then we thought we fixed it. We thought we were good. Everything was fine. All emails were changed. All passwords were changed. A lot of things happened. Then I woke up today. And then I got a message from my Google email that my Google is seeing suspicious activity. So I had to go in there and get rid of a bunch of things. And then that's when I got into the laundry list of all these passwords been autofilled for
Where are you
forever.
getting these messages from? Because they're not always
a lot of these
real.
Yeah,
I know they're not always real. I'm usually good at discerning. But the Google thing wasn't an email. It was the Google alert that came to my Yahoo and came to my phone like, hey, we see suspicious activity. And
Google came to my archives and was like, shit's fucked up.
The Stripe thing I thought wasn't real.
Password was hacked.
The Stripe thing I initially thought wasn't real when it said my email was changed, but I saw the email, and then when I tried to log into Stripe, it's like, this email doesn't exist in Stripe anymore. And I'm like, okay, so that's not fake. So yeah, it's been a hell of a 2 days. And then I was for a while I've been getting a bunch of random Russian comments on my merch. So forever I just thought it was nothing, and it appears Russian hackers have got. Oh, and then the kicker was
Jesus, there's more.
The kicker was yesterday. as I was fixing the Stripe information, I got a text message from my homegirl who had got me the job that I'm currently at, who's still back in Texas. And she said, "Hey, I think your IG's been hacked."
Jesus Christ.
I was like, huh? I was like, that's suspicious because I think my website got hacked. So I go on IG and wouldn't you fucking know it, a post is up with Elon Musk's face as the fucking profile picture.
Uh-oh.
It's like a screenshot from Twitter, Elon's picture as the profile picture, and it says like, "Hey, I have a way to get a bunch of crypto money. Just contact me." And then they posted it to my story, and I had to delete those two things, change my IG password. It was a doozy of a day.
God, I wish I saw that. I would have been like, "What happened?"
Yeah, it was
like of all things.
It
Like
was
that's the biggest signal that Joe's been hacked. He starts posting Elon crypto posts.
I think that's why he texted me.
The most obvious.
Also, I haven't posted in like 2 years. So
that's what I
just
figured.
a
Yeah,
regular post on my
Elon
personal page
crypto.
was weird in on its own. But yeah, it's been a hectic 2 days.
Damn,
I
dude,
think
that's a
everything is
nightmare,
under
man.
control now.
Yeah.
No money has left my bank accounts. I've
That's
been
good.
monitoring that. My Venmos are fine. My Cash Apps are fine.
I'd
All
be
those
fucking
things are
spiraling
cool.
if that happened to me. Yeah.
But yeah, it's Kyle. I've got no work done in this 2 days.
Shout out Scott, man. Shout out Scott for helping me out.
Yeah,
good job.
I think he was just on the phone as moral support and telling me like, check this, and I was like, okay.
That's why he couldn't be here tonight.
That's why he can be.
He's tired of talking to Joe. Yeah.
Well, let's hear what our
on to
listeners.
lowlights.
Lowlights.
Something to say.
At the Jen Carey.
At the Jen Carey. Flory.
Flory.
ETR on the Discord. Disappointment of the week. It's bad people.
Highbrow Canute from the Discord. Disappointment. Staying up too late. And Windows not completely open.
Resultant?
And the resultant tiredness in the morning. Yep, that's very disappointing.
Resulting?
Resultant. Both.
Similar to the Sultan in
Sultan of Swing.
Aladdin. I think that was 92.
The Sultan.
Resultant.
I think he's in one.
No, I'm saying 92. 92.
Oh, you said I think he's in 2. And I was like, pretty sure he's in the first one.
All right.
I believe you're right with 92.
You guys have some encouragements this week.
92, correct. Good job.
Stories that make us feel happy.
So last year, I believe one of my encouragements was that the Virginia Tech men's basketball team won the ACC tournament. This year, my encouragement is that the Virginia Tech women's basketball team has won the ACC tournament. They are ACC champions, and it's the first time in school history, which is awesome. And they are also a number 1 seed in the women's tournament. So this is probably the best season they've ever had. I hope they go pretty far. Their first game is Friday. So it should be fun to check that out. So some encouraging news on the sports front, because I usually have heartbreaking devastation. So,
yeah, at this point in the season, it's just Flyers fucking up.
Yeah. Super Bowl loss, World Series loss. So
Philly's gonna lose in the second round.
I'm sure the Hokies will lose in the final, and see how that goes. But yeah, it's encouraging. It's fun.
Right on. Well, I mentioned earlier over the weekend, took a trek up into Tennessee with my fiance Kendra and our couple friends, Patty and Tim. Little road trip. It's only about 175 miles to Lynchburg, Tennessee, where the home of Jack Daniels is. It's a great place. Not a great town, but it's a very interesting tour of the distillery. There's this cave where this water comes out of that they use to make Jack Daniels. Early on, Jack discovered this, and I mean, who has to pay for water when it just flows right into your freaking distillery? His name was Jack Daniel. No, Jack was his nickname. I forget his real name. Something Jack Daniel. But some good stories. He learned how to make whiskey on like a plantation kind of area from this man had a whiskey making still, and it was run by this black gentleman, a slave at the time, who taught Jack how to make whiskey. And after slavery was abolished, Jack started his own whiskey company and brought this guy along to be the master distiller. And to this day, family members of both families still work for the company for over 150 years or whatever. It's pretty freaking cool.
I was
It's like
very
the
nervous.
Elvis,
Jack's a
the
good
Elvis
guy.
of
Let's go.
whiskey. The Elvis of whiskey.
Jack Daniels was really short. I found that out. His name is Jasper.
Oh.
Jasper Newton Daniel. But his nickname was Jack.
Huh.
You think his nickname would have been Jas or Chap?
Nope.
Don't think it would be that.
Fig.
I meant to
Fig
have
Newton
an S
Daniel.
before that P. but-
I learned a lot about whiskey and
I
had
was
some
gonna say
sampling
Jas.
whiskey. They have a store there called the White Rabbit Bottle Shop where you can get some whiskey that's not
Bottle
available
service.
anywhere else. So there's some really heavy duty, high, very strong.
What's like
whiskey.
the most expensive one you saw?
Well, expensive is not. It's more about the potency, the alcohol content. Is all expensive because you're
Probably
buying
might
it
be like a
there.
rarity
But
thing.
yeah, I paid $100 for 2 bottles, and we went back the next day to get more because we drank it that
Each
night.
or combined?
Combined for 2, but then like I said, we went back the next day.
Okay.
And got more because there was one.
Well, you drank it all?
No, we didn't drink it all, but there was one we really liked that it's not available.
Oh, I was like, Jesus Christ.
Like literally not available anywhere else, so we wanted to get another bottle of that.
Ah, right.
But
Yeah, that makes sense.
In Lynchburg, they have a bunch of shops that sell Jack Daniel's stuff that are not part or connected. I mean, they're connected to the distillery, but they're not part of the site. I bought this sweet Jack Daniel's button down. Well, has snaps, black and white with Jack Daniel's all over it. It's pretty sweet. But it's a good time. Whiskey,
Nice.
good.
Whiskey good.
I highly recommend it. If you're
It's
anywhere
true.
near
agree.
Lynchburg, Tennessee, check it out.
Highly recommend whiskey.
All right. My encouragement is kind of dovetails with Kyle's. I'm about to fuck off of work for the next 2 days. I'm going to participate fully in March Madness.
He's doing it, folks.
I will be going to a Taco Mac near me tomorrow, drinking beers for
Taco
quite
Mac?
some time. It's effectively Atlanta's Buffalo Wild Wings. But yeah, gonna be fucking off of work for the next 2 days. Basically, have told everybody like don't contact me again until Monday.
Interesting.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So
Gonna
first
enjoy-
round, you like the first round just because there's more games? Or?
More games, wall to wall
Yeah,
TVs,
wall to wall, just nonstop,
just
yeah.
complete inundation.
So many.
with games.
So many games.
You get sad after the first weekend because then it's like one game,
Half as many, yeah.
2 game, 3
You're
game.
done. Or no, a quarter as many because
Yeah,
there's
a
2
quarter
rounds,
as
yeah.
many games.
Holy
yeah.
hell.
Like Saturday, Sunday, you still got a little of that juice.
I got a big
but
amount.
the next
yeah.
weekend, it's like, ooh, it's better be good
What happened?
games.
Speaking of live discouragement, the men's team has lost the first round in the NIT. So
oh, geez.
don't have to worry about them anymore.
We talked about Taco
Yeah,
Mac a little bit
whatever.
last week, I think. Like their tacos
Taco
aren't
Mac.
good,
Did
but
we?
their wings are the best.
Oh yeah, the tacos
Not the
are good.
best. Their wings are good.
How's their
Wing-
Mac?
They're better for wings. Mac is pretty good actually. The Mac is pretty good.
I guess the name
Fork-worthy?
came. They just
Fork-worthy.
continued a restaurant that already existed that was called Taco Mac, even though it had nothing to do with their menu.
Okay.
Oh really? I did not know.
Something maybe with a liquor license. I
They're
can't remember what
going
it
into,
is.
like,
Yeah, because it
I
doesn't
don't
make any
know.
sense. But
It's-
what about our listeners? They have any encouragements? We have one.
Sweet.
Can I get high every time?
This
Hi, Brow
encouragement.
Canute on the Discord.
His encouragement should be a discouragement. Go
He
ahead.
has an encouragement.
What is it?
It's a discouragement for some, but 2 episodes of the AD.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
More of a
Maybe the
split in
two
half
worst
episode.
Yeah, more of a
episodes.
split in half.
Yeah.
I was fine with the first one. Second one, probably could have done without.
First one
I'll leave
was
it at that.
good because there was a little bit of contention. You get a little bit of
Yeah,
contention.
but the thing
I
is,
love
it was
yeah, yeah.
uncomfortable.
I was saying
and
the AD.
it's a lot of.
I love an uncomfortable moment. See, that's the thing. I love an uncomfortable moment.
It's kind of
And we got resolution in part 2.
Mm.
We got resolution in part 2. So I thought it was fine. But yeah, and look, I've long said Anderson and Mike episodes are the ones I skip back when I do re-listens. So,
really,
you gotta have tie there. You gotta have tie there.
it's worse
It's old
now
men talking
because it just defaults to whatever ailment they have at the moment. It's like, oh, I started taking this for blah blah blah. It's just like,
we got
Jesus
a live low life
Ooh,
highlight
breaking.
to be Ariel on the Discord. Encouragement just
And Twitch.
entered the last. Sorry, on Twitch. Encouragement just entered the last module of school, so I'm almost done. Yes,
Fantastic.
finish, and then we can go visit places.
Is that like a semester, a module,
Effectively,
that kind of thing?
Effectively,
Gotcha.
I believe it ends at the beginning of June, and then weekends are here until she takes the state board.
Weekends are here,
and yeah,
Then she'll be working 24/7.
Congrats, and good luck.
Pretty much.
Nice, that's awesome.
My hair still hasn't grown. Kyle wasn't even here.
Oh,
Kyle,
where is he
for
not?
my reveal.
I heard it.
I think he was.
Oh, okay. I was about to say,
I heard
for
it.
My reveal of
I heard the episode.
It
hasn't grown back.
It has not grown back as much as I'd like. No,
Just not as much as you'd like. So you were like, sometimes it takes 10, 12 sessions. You're like,
yeah, I
"Ooh,
was hoping.
maybe
I was hoping I didn't get caught in the right cycle of hair.
you're
growth.
extra susceptible.
Apparently,
I
I did.
Might have
Apparently,
been
it
the cycle.
extremely diminished my hair growth under my arms.
I mean, do you really need it?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I like it.
So what did we learn this week?
What did we learn today, fellas?
Ooh, a lot of stuff.
I learned that Jack Daniels and his buddy, who was a former slave, actually went into business together, and it's a happy story. And I can drink Jack Daniels without the.
Sure, you were worried.
Oh, we didn't discuss
for
a minute there.
The story, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Another elephant
He
in
heard
the room.
Lynchburg, plantation, and former slave, and he was like,
No
"Where's
shit.
this going?"
No shit. I wondered the same
Not
thing.
a good. It's like, yo.
Well, you guys saw that I posted. I got
But the families
another.
are working together. So
I got another bottle engraved because I remember I had an engraved bottle for my birthday.
Right.
So I got one done
your
myself,
birthday, yeah.
and it said "A New Low" starring L. Greg Panetta. So thought that was pretty fun.
starring.
Oh, I saw it. Oh, I saw it.
I felt I was more so the star of the show. But, you know, to each their own.
Yeah, it was $9, so might as
I
well
learned that
be funny.
Shit, man, it's pretty good.
That's awesome.
I learned some hotels use paper cups,
Yeah, that's gonna stick with me for a while.
and that apparently they don't hold whiskey well.
I would
Something
not
I have not
expect
tried.
them to. I would not expect them to whatsoever.
I didn't. Yeah, it was. I had they hold hot coffee somehow, but whiskey just eats through the paper.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't
So
be
it's one
drinking
of those
whiskey.
like coffee ones. Okay, yeah. Well, I learned that Saturday.
Whiskey be burning.
Actually, it was not whiskey.
I learned that
I
Kyle has
guess
no
I
respect
learned
for historic Philadelphia Flyer players.
No, none whatsoever.
Not at all. Just walking through.
Walk off, buddy. I got
Alrighty.
places to be.
Well, that's been the show.
That's been it. Thank you guys again for listening. I don't know if I told you the first time, but if not, thanks again for listening to A New Low. You can find everything you need to know, past episodes, other podcasts on the network. Everything's at anewlow.co. Check it out. If you want to have your voice heard on the show, give us a call at 424-260-6969. We'll leave a voicemail and we'll play it on the show. Hopefully it's interesting. And you're letting Canute have too much airtime. You guys need to replace his Upside
That is a
down.
fact. We need more people to call in.
Yeah,
Send
take
in
advantage.
questions.
424-260-6969. Such a fun phone number. You guys can
Look
do
at
it.
it this way. Look at it this way, folks. If you call in, if you leave a message or something, you can go around telling people you're on a podcast.
It's something everyone wants to tell people.
Everyone's on a podcast.
Everyone.
No, everyone has a
love
podcast, but
to
not
be able to
everyone's
say that.
on a podcast. There you go.
You know what? Great point. Great point.
Get some t-shirts, get some caps,
That's
get
true.
some stickers, shop.anulo.co. You can do it.
Just don't give the money to the Russian hackers.
Don't do it. But thanks again, everybody.
Check your
and
passwords.
remember, it's been a rad world.
This is the time to say goodbye to all our low-life friends. We tricked you into listening, but now it has to end. See ya.
Exclusively on a new low.
Kyle, I got you guys going down in the Sweet 16.